Hey Leo, it's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jim the Butterfly, and I'm here with your October monthly general Tarotscope. This will be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to keep the same spread and use the same cards that I did for last month. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. For those who saw the September, you know what I'm talking about. I have the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Excuse me. As a general energy, and the Miss Cleo's for the rest of the cards in the spread. And I'm going to use a 10 card Celtic spread for you guys. Okay, so let's just see what we have coming in. Thank you so much for all the Leos out there who continue to support my channel by watching these monthly videos, purchasing readings, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. My name is Jim, Gem, the butterfly _ tarot on Instagram. All right, guys? And I'm going to get one card. This one is calling out to me. Leo, Leo, Leo. And then, guys, remember that some of these messages may or may not apply. Oh, that's a weird message. Okay. Uh, I'm interested to see what this card is. It told me to turn it around. I heard turn it around before you put it down. So I don't know if it's going to come out upright or in reverse. Okay, so let's see. Very center of the reading is perseverance, being crossed by the wheel of fortune in reverse. What's going on in the foundation? The Three of Swords. Or why is this all happening? The Three of Swords. What happened in the past? The Devil in reverse. What's going on in your conscious mind or presently? You have the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Staffs in reverse. Ooh, let's see what's coming up in the near future. Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse. You in the self position, you have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. What's going on in your environment right now or how people are viewing you? The Queen of Cups in reverse. Hopes, wishes, expectations, Nine of Wands. And outcome is the King of Cups. All right, so, and I hope you guys can hear me. My neighbor is outside mowing his lawn. What I have with perseverance at the very center, I feel like for some of you, with the foundation being the Three of Swords, some of you have endured some type of heartache. I'm hearing for some of you, and it's going to be a very specific message. Some of you have had like your third miscarriage. Yeah, or your third attempt to try to have a baby and it's hasn't been successful. I'm sorry to hear that because when I think of this orange makes me feel like sacral chakra. Some of you may have, yeah, and being crossed with the wheel of fortune, feeling as if luck is not on your side. You're always destined to have bad luck. Or it could be a bad relationship that ended. I feel like for some of you, that could be the issue too, that a relationship has ended and it really has hurt because I have the Devil card in reverse coming up in the past. So, this could also be the releasing of some type of addiction or codependency. I feel like for some of you, you may have had an addiction to whatever, but right now it's standing. This month is you standing within your truth and being steadfast in what you know to be true about what you want out of life. And you really trying to be like not trying to resort back to old tactics. Queen of Swords in reverse. And I feel like you're trying to do it with grace. You're trying to persevere with great. You're trying not to. For some of you, you're not trying, or you're not trying, or not wanting to allow yourself to succumb to the negative events that have been happening around you. You're trying not to turn into a negative person. Okay. Um. Some of you may be going through withdrawals this month. Some of you may need to start a detox program or a detox process. Yeah. You had to release something 6 months to a year ago. You had to release something, and it felt very codependent. It had a codependency to it, but you knew you had to get rid of it. And if you were trying to, if you wanted to regain balance back in your life. Yeah, your life was out of order. I feel like for some of you, you're really trying to do right. I just keep hearing that, like you're really trying to do right. But there's an element there that makes you feel as if you're not doing something right, or you're not getting ahead. And I feel like this is kind of frustrating you right now, because here you are coming up in your reading with the Knight of Staffs in reverse. Things are not going as planned for you. I feel like travel plans can be halted or delayed. You're being forced to rethink something, and I feel like you like to go, 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 and you're kind of it's almost like a little halt right now. Even with the Eight of Cups coming up in the reverse with the near future, I feel like you're having to go back to look at something one more time. What was said, why you're doing something. You need to know the why. I feel like for some of you, you just been running off of hot air towards a cause that you really didn't know what the cause was. Like, I feel like you got yourself prematurely in something. Um, and at first it seemed like a good idea. Maybe it was a person. It could be a person, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You got yourself involved with a person, and at first it seemed like a good idea. Or maybe you broke away from this person. It could go either way. Either you went to this person or you got away from this person. And at first it seemed like it was a good idea, and now you're having second thoughts. Some of you may be returning. Some of you need to get answers. Some of you need closure. Some of you are trying to get away from a controlling, I feel like a controlling mother, or a controlling like manager or boss. It feels like there's some type of dysfunction when it comes to you have I feel like there could be dysfunction when it comes to a mother. And you've really been trying to work things out with your mom, and it hasn't worked out in the way that you thought it would. She's not as receptive as you thought she would be. I feel like for some of you, you may be going back and speaking with your mother. If you have been estranged with her for a while, you may feel compelled to go back to reach out to her, to talk to her, to bring forth closure, because you're understanding this is the next level. This is what you need to do in order to move to the next level, is to get some type of healing or closure with her. It's been a trying time, because I see this here. If your mother has passed on, I feel like for some of you, you may be getting messages from your mother this month, even more heavily than before. The ones that are getting messages from the other side from your mom, or it could be a grandmother too. Um, I feel like this person is giving you words of encouragement to keep going. Because I feel like for some of you, you feel as if, like I said, you're ready to give up. You kind of have, which is not really like a Leo thing. This woe is me. I don't know what I should do next. And this person's coming in to give you that pep talk. And I do feel like it's a mother figure. You in the self position right now with the Three of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. You have three, before I continue, let me just say this. You have three threes in this reading. For some of you who are leaving a relationship, I feel like you discovered a third party in the relationship. Because we have this Three of Swords as the foundation. I feel like this is like the third time this has happened. Because I have these three women here. And I feel like for you, that's where the disappointment comes. Because you felt like you and your spouse or your mate, whoever this was, had this issue under, you thought you released it, but it's happened again. So you have to walk away. And you're scared about walking away. I got a lot, I read for a lot of people, so I'm just trying to give you all the messages that I have. It's interesting to have three of them. And some of you, I feel like that's where the struggle comes in right here. Because remember I told you, I was told if I didn't turn the card, if I wasn't told to turn the card around before I placed it, the card would have been upright. That means that you would have been ready to move forward to a more emotionally fulfilling place in your life. But I feel like there's some struggle with that because I was told to turn it around. And I didn't know. It could have very well came out Eight of Cups in reverse and told me to turn it upright, but it said no, turn this one. And that was the only card that it told me to do. So I feel like you're struggling with walking away from something. Even though you walked away from the past, you're feeling compelled to go back to it. For whatever reason. Why? Let me see. Yeah, Ten of Cups in reverse. It's like you don't want to accept. Or maybe this person, because again, this is a general reading. There is some type of closure that needs to come here. There's some questions that have not been answered that you need to have answered. You need to get an understanding of what has transpired between. This is a couple here too. Between a couple. Again, it could be, a romantic couple. It could be, I feel like, strongly between a person and their mother. I feel like for some of you, your mother was very controlling. Maybe a bit narcissist, maybe very controlling and overbearing. And you're seeing how being is like up under her reign when you were up. She very selfish in a sense too. And I feel like for some of you, you're seeing how you still allow her to control you in a sense. And I feel like for some of you, you're starting to see how you're starting to act like her. And I feel like that's why the Queen of Cups is coming in here as how people are viewing you. They're viewing you in the same sense as how she comes off to you. The Queen of Cups is a person that, she's extremely moody. She has to have things her way. When things are not in her way, going her way, she is she can be very emotionally manipulative. She can speak some not very nice words. She's very concerned about herself. And I feel like that's how some people are really looking at you this month. Or they're seeing you as being very emotional or not in control, more emotional than usual. It may not be on a completely negative side, but it may be you're just a little bit more in tune with your emotions than what they're used to seeing, which is different from what people are used to with you. I'm drawn to this Queen of Cups beside this what's happening in the near future. I feel like for some of you who are in a marriage situation, this is again a mother or a wife. I see the Queen of Cups as mother and wife. I feel like you're trying to figure out what happened. Like you're trying to pick up the pieces. All the cups, I feel like the cups have fallen on the ground and you are trying your best to pick up the pieces and move forward. This is why that perseverance is coming in, but you're unable to do so right now because I feel like you're not really thinking clearly. I feel like for some of you, you're wanting to pick up the cups, but you're not really sure if you need to pick up the cups. Like, do you need to let the chips fall as they may? Because you've already been hurt so many times before. You've been stabbed in the heart. So if this is you, if you've been having some trouble trying to conceive, you may be struggling with, okay, what are my other options? Do I really want to go through this again to try again to conceive? Or, is this the time for me to start looking at other options? And, is really making you're really internalizing this. Again, I have to make this, I'm trying to make it for everybody for what I see because I get a lot of messages. Your hopes, wishes, and expectations. I do feel like for some of you, with the nine of staves, like you're guarded, but I feel like you're kind of ready. You would, if I feel like you would try it again, whatever that means. You see here, he's facing the past. He's looking back at the past, and he's ready to go again. Even though he's had this hurt and this pain in the background, I feel like he's determined with this red on. He's determined to get it right this time. So I feel like for some of you, you may be feeling like this is a person coming back to you, trying to woo you into getting back together. Maybe this is you, because it's a wand sign that you're ready to jump back in and try it again for whatever. You have to, apply it for whatever is going on in your life. But I do feel like for some of you, you're trying to break some type of cycle that you feel is not good for you, or break away from a person that is not good for you. And it's painful. I feel like though, on a positive note, by the end of the month with the King of Cups, you're going to be able to get in control of your emotions. You're going to know exactly what you want to do. I feel like starting the challenge is with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The challenge is for you to try to look on the bright side, because I feel like you're starting to look at everything from a very doom and gloom type of aspect, which is, my Leos are usually pretty optimist people. Y'all are realists, but you're very much optimists as well. And I feel like that's part of the reason why you can't find a clear solution to your issue right now, because you are really thinking that everything is kind of like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. But I feel like by the end of the month, you're coming up as the King of Cups. It could be a King of Cups, a male or female coming in, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that's going to come in to help you make sense of this as well. It could be your father, could be a husband. Yeah, this person's going to be a Seven of Cups, Seven of Coins in reverse. This person's going to help you put things into perspective. Or this just could be you putting things into perspective, gathering up what you have, and putting your emotions, sifting through them, and having a better understanding of them. You're going to be coming off more cool, calm, and collected to other people. For some people, they're going to feel like you're not hard. You're kind of hard to read. At first, you're gonna be seeming hard to read because you're not being yourself. Like I said before, you may be a little extra emotional, really touchy. As far as words being said, maybe jumping to the wrong conclusion. Um, but as the month keeps going, by the end of the month, I do feel like you're going to be back in control of your emotions. But that's still going to, ironically, this person, who's watching you, because I feel like for some, you have somebody around you, Leo, that is just, they're watching your every move. And I feel like in a sense, they're trying to, by their behavior, they're trying to dictate what you do. Like they're trying to see how much they can move you or sway you. And right now, they're feeling like they have a pretty good control over that. They see that they can still get to you. But by the end of the month, they won't have that power. You've taken your power back. Yeah. I feel like by the month, if there's something that you've been struggling with, someone that you've been trying to let go, or someone, or whatever there's a move that's trying to happen, but you keep feeling like you need to go back to it. I feel like for some of you, you're going to be able to make sense of what you need to do by the end of the month. If some of you definitely have that, you want to try one more time. I'm not sure. I think it really goes back to this card right here with the Nine of Wands. You're really deciding what you want to do with this wand. Do you want to move forward, and try again on your own and separate yourself? Or do you take this wand in spite of, or despite of all the times that you tried before, and try again, to go back and try it one more time? And if it doesn't work, let go. I think that's what the issue is. Do you try it one more time, or do you let it go? However, guys, I feel like you're coming up to a conclusion. You're going to come to that conclusion of what you need to do by the end of the month. And there's not going to be any more quarreling over it. You're going to decide exactly how you're going to go about it, and what needs to be said. Because I feel like for some of you, it's about what needs to be said too in the situation that you haven't come up with yet. Let me get an extra card. Some advice, because you guys, it's something strong, major. For some of you, this could be a hidden family secret I just heard as well. This is like a revelation of a family secret, or some type of hidden truth. Something comes revealed to you, and you're trying to decide, what do you do with it? Do you move forward with it, make peace with it, or do you try to go back and try to resolve it or get better closure? It feels like that. Let me get some advice cards for you. Yeah. I have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Magician, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Chariot. You have to open yourself up to possibilities and regain your power. I feel like the power in whatever this is releasing that pain, allowing that pain to be released. Let those swords come out of your chest. Take that sword and do it for good. Don't use that sword to be a reminder of your pain. Let that sword be a reminder of, let that sword remind you of who you are and what power you possess, and how you have the capabilities to change this situation, or how you look at the situation, your perception of the situation. It's time for you to open up and stop holding your feelings in. This is not the time to be petty, Leo. Okay? It's not the time to be petty. It's time for you to open up, say what you have to say, and then be on your merry way. That's what this Chariot card is saying. It's time for you to, put it out on the table and see what you're working with, and be ready to go either or. Now, in the traditional tarot deck, right away, there are two Sphinx on the card, and this one is only one. So I feel like, like I told you, by the end of the month, you're going to have a definitive answer of how you need to handle this issue. Okay, so you guys have a lovely, lovely October. I pray that you come to the conclusion that you need, or the resolution that you need to move forward. Because after this, I feel like with the Chariot card, it's only, it's forward from here, but you just got to get past this point. All right, guys, I love you. Have a great October. Bye.